Come on in, everybody. Like and share. Get those algorithms going. Good evening, Michigan, USA Pontiac. How are you doing, Jaman? Like and share, everybody. We got something to talk about. We're on a little bit early to allow some people to gather in. Probably wasn't a good idea to come on this late, but it'll be up all night in the morning and you'll be able to see it in different places. Or hear it. Let me tell you, Michigan, it's going to be hard. That's what we're going to be talking about here in a few minutes. Here we go, everybody. The reason I came on tonight this late, and this will be posted if this video disappears off of YouTube or Facebook, it will be up at Rumble under TBR News, and it'll be at TexasBikerRadio.org in our blog. Or we may even put it on the front page of TexasBikerRadio.org if this video disappears. And of course, you did see the fair use sign up at the first of this video, which means we're going to use some content from another source. And I don't know if you saw this video tonight, but we're gonna play it for you. It's Tucker Carlson. You need to see this. Everybody needs to see this, and they need to hear my comments, because we have, as you know, we've got a lot of unlawful business going on in this country, and we didn't vote for it. We wouldn't wish this stuff that's going on here off on any other country. This is the kind of stuff that happens in third world countries. This is the kind of stuff that happens in communist countries where the people don't have a voice. And it's beginning to look a lot like we don't have a voice. Now, I'm going to play this video for you, and I will probably stop and make some comments as it goes along here. It is incredible what we have going on in this country, And if you're not as sick of it as I am, I don't know what's wrong with you. But you know what? This concerns Republicans and Democrats. This concerns all of us. But let's watch this video. I'm going to put it in the what I call the cube, and I'm going to switch it around. I'm going to start it, and then I'll make a comment during the thing. Here we go.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. It's not a partisan talking point or really any kind of exaggeration at all to say that Joe Biden has opened this country's borders to the world. Since Biden's inauguration in January, the Border Patrol has apprehended close to 1 million foreign nationals coming into this country overland through Mexico. How many people is that? Well, it's more people than live in the entire cities of San Francisco or Denver or Seattle or Indianapolis or Boston or Charlotte, or we could keep going. And that's all in just 6 months. That is enough people to change this country forever. Now, you may argue that's a good thing. America will benefit from this mass influx of new people from foreign countries. If so, we'd love to hear that argument in detail. No one so far has explained how that works. But what you can't argue is that opening the borders was legal or that anyone in this country voted for it. The current mass movement of foreign nationals into the United States was never approved by Congress. No one passed a law demanding it. The Biden administration just did it unilaterally without asking Americans what they thought of it. They probably already knew. Every poll we've ever seen shows clearly that voters of all backgrounds oppose open borders. That policy is highly unpopular. So the administration couldn't say out loud what they were doing. Instead, they operated in secrecy. They hid it. They're hiding it right now. So what exactly are they doing? Tonight we have new information for you that answers that question, at least in part. This show has confirmed that the Biden administration has enlisted the U.S. military to move illegal immigrants secretly around our country. That is happening at Laughlin Air Force Base in Texas. We know it's happening there because a man called Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Burrows sent his subordinates an email spelling it out very clearly. Quote, over the next few days, weeks, or months, the note began, you may see passenger aircraft on our ramp transporting undocumented non-citizens. Please review the attached public affairs guidance on the issue. Burrows' email then instructed uniformed military personnel to hide what was happening on the base from the country they're sworn to serve. Quote, do not take photographs and refrain from posting anything on social media. Now, Lieutenant Colonel Burrows offered no national security justification for keeping any of this secret because there is no national security justification for keeping it from the rest of us.
Let me say this much right now. The troops, the base commanders, the military do not have to follow unlawful orders. They do not. And that's what this is. This is an unlawful use of the military. Matter of fact is, the whole thing that's going on with Joe Biden and the things they're doing, it's unlawful. And we have, well, let me go to the end of the video and then we'll discuss it.
He told the people who work for him not to talk. Now, we got his email from a whistleblower, and at first we doubted it could be real. During the last administration, you'll remember, the Pentagon firmly refused to protect America's southern border. That's not our job, they said. It's too political. Send us to Syria. And yet, according to this document, here was the very same U.S. military leadership at the Pentagon helping the Biden administration with maximum enforced stealth, with secrecy, to subvert this country's core immigration laws. It was hard to believe that could be happening, but it is happening. The Pentagon has confirmed it to us. Spokesman Chris Mitchell described the flights from Laughlin as non-citizen movement, part of what he called the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement's mission. He told us then to direct any further questions to ICE, so we did. We called ICE multiple times. ICE did not deny they were using Laughlin Air Force Base to relocate large numbers of foreign nationals into the interior of our country and do it secretly. The question is, where are all these people going? Several times, ICE promised us additional details, but in the end, we never heard back. Apparently, Americans do not have a right to know where foreign nationals are being resettled in their own country. We do know, thanks to the Center for Immigration Studies, that the administration, the Biden administration, has been sending illegal migrants all over the United States for some time now. Watch this.
What's happening most of the time is that they are boarding buses and heading into America's heartland. A conveyor belt of commercial and charter buses, just like this one in Del Rio, Texas, are carrying tens of thousands sight unseen from Texas, Arizona, and California borderlands northward. And they are dropping their Haitian, Venezuelan, Cuban, and Central American family units in Florida and New Jersey, Tennessee, Massachusetts, Michigan, North Carolina, Georgia, Kentucky, and to large cities in Texas, such as Dallas and Houston.
Oh, changing the electoral map, are we? Serving the businesses that paid for you to get elected, are we? Yes, we are. Now, those are buses you just saw. Now the administration is using aircraft and Air Force bases. And that ought to give you some sense of the scale involved here. What you're watching is demographic transformation in our country without our consent and in violation of our laws. That is happening. Now, our job is to shut up and accept it. We know that they will call us names if we don't accept it, but no thanks. What's happening, what they're doing, is wrong. It is, moreover, a violation of the most basic promise of democracy, which is that citizens get to control who runs the government. We, as citizens, have an absolute right to know what exactly they are doing.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page. And
Let me tell you, I can't tell you how pissed I am at what's going on. And while these congressmen and senators and legislators and governors allow this, I can't comprehend. We know what they're doing. They're doing it in plain sight, even though they're trying to do it under a veil of secrecy. So we're going to have no say in this, but as a president and a whole political party has turned into a socialist abyss. The means justifies the end product. Whatever it takes, even if it screws up this country to no end, everybody. No end. We are on a path to our own self-destruction, is what we're on. The spending, the cheating, the fraud that's taking place with the vote. It's bad enough that our children are being taught to hand the keys over to the socialists. But to flood the country with illegal immigrants, let me tell you, these people can never become citizens. We've got to put a stop to this. And what needs to happen here, and I'm going to ask everybody, share this video. Get it out there. Get it out there. Stand up, take action, start making some freaking phone calls. And said, like we were talking about last night, one strike and you're out. You continue on this path, you are out. We got one more shot at this. And we've got to straighten these votes out. It's like I said last night when we were talking. And I said, hey, look, they're still working hard, the people on the other side. You think just because they cheated and apparently won an election, which they did not do, they're still at it. And if we get any traction at all with these audits, they're going to be back out there in full force. all those Antifa types, all those BLM types, all those bureaucrats, federal workers, who are all in cahoots on this stuff, including the FBI, including the CIA, including the IRS, you name them. Because it's all about power for them. It's what it's about. It's about the Great Reset. And like we talked about last night, the global warming, we're the big piggy bank. They want a 15% tax on corporations. Well, let me tell you, corporations don't pay taxes. They will pass the cost of that on to us, the consumers. That's what's going to go on. Make sure this video gets out there. And like I said, we will probably disappear off of YouTube and Facebook tomorrow. I'll be surprised if we're not. And understand that Fox News thing there, that Fox probably didn't post that. Although Sean Hannity was on there at the end. But you know what? There's not as many people watching Fox News anymore. I just happened to see that late and felt I should come on and comment about it. It's like I said, our military men do not have to follow unlawful orders. And that includes the people, the hierarchy, the generals, the admirals, so on. I mean, I can't believe people who have sworn to protect this country are not doing it. They're not doing their job. Matter of fact is, they're helping undermine the country. That's what they're doing. If they're flying these people all over the country, they are undermining the country. They should have stood up and said, no, we can't be involved, just like they did before. Just like they did before. We can't be involved. We can't be involved in that politics. We're staying out of it. Well, by God, they're not now. Something's wrong here, everybody. And we got to stand up and stand up quick. We got to make sure that Governor Abbott has people down at the border and they're taking action. They're arresting people. Or they're sending them back, one or the other. It's our border. It's Texas's border. Because it's not the country's border anymore because they've abandoned it. And now, evidently, the military, the ICE, the Border Patrol, they've got a new mission, everybody. They've got a new mission. It's not the security of the border. It's bringing people into the country. It's changing the demographics. That's what their new mission is. And they're following it. It's like I told you. These people will switch hats in an instant. That's what they will do. They will switch hats so fast. And at the same time, tell us what we want to hear. Just like our politicians do. That is what has happened. The Border Patrol needs to stand up. ICE needs to stand up. But what we have a bunch of people that are fakes. Just like the news. And apparently we got a whole bunch of fakes in the military. I feel so bad that our young people are having to participate in this. Feel they have to follow these unlawful orders when they don't. So we'll work at it. We'll figure out what we want to do, but we surely want everybody to pass this video around. We do not monetize. We don't make money off this stuff. You know, we need you to pass this around all day tomorrow. you constitutional warriors, Sons of Liberty Riders MC, you pass this stuff around. All our chapters, pass it around all across the country. It is not getting crazy, it is crazy what we have going on. And we've got to take action, and our politicians have got to quit fucking around up there in D.C. If they don't, we need to get rid of them. We need to make sure these 2022 votes are only up and up, and get rid of them. Get rid of them. With that, everybody. Yes, and I am on late night, Johnny Hill. I'm sorry about that. Yippin' yahoo, you guys. Thank you for joining me here tonight. Not many online here. Everybody's, probably gone to bed. East Coast, I know it's late. But, it is what it is. I just felt this needs to get out there. It really does. Give us a push start tomorrow in the morning. You guys, when you first log on to this, and spread it around. Have a good evening, everybody, and thank you. Thank you a whole lot. You don't have a motorcycle? Buy one, come to Texas and ride with us. Or maybe you want to go to Tennessee or Arizona or New Mexico. We got chapters there. Yeah. Have a great day, everybody. Good evening.